Now it won't be too long with this stream, but something need to be done about the judges. Judging in general. Look at Rocky's career. We watched it unfold. Did anybody expect her to become champion? I didn't. Especially not after how bad she was beaten by Nunes. And when you look back on that fight against Nunes, you see how good Nunes was to just beat Raquel to a pulp and make her quit. That seems impossible to do now for any of these current bantamweights. It's hard to see any of these other bantamweights beating up Raquel like that. Raquel resurrected her career, and the judges just ruined it. That's just what happened. Back in 2013, fought Roxanne on The Ultimate Fighter. Lost to Andrade. You remember that. It's early in her career. He had already had several losses, though. Nobody expected her to be the champion. Then lost to Holly Holm. Or she beat Ashley Evans Smith, lost to Holly Holm. Had a good run, 4-fight win streak. Stopped Andrade. Then 3 decisions. Beat Betch, Elizabeth Phillips, and Miesha Tate. Beat bad by Nunes. She got beat bad. And this is, what, 5 years after entering the UFC. She got a title shot after a 4-fight win streak. And beaten into submission. It wasn't even TKO by punches. It was just beating. I quit. I can't go back out there. After that, I'm like, I wrote Raquel off as a potential champion. Me personally. And was I alone? After that fight, I'm like, really don't have what it takes to be a champion. You still functional and operational, and you deciding to quit. And then she lost to Jermaine. Definitely didn't see. I'm like, okay, yeah, that's what I expected. You just gave up on the stool. Yeah, you about to lose your next fight if it's Jermaine, and she lost. I expect her to be champion at that fight. Split to Irene Aldana. A lot of people thought Aldana won. Then lost to Holly Holm. Now at this point, people definitely thought this chick ain't gonna be the champion. Every time she step up in competition, for the most part, or she get beat up too much, be the champion. You just the fighter's gonna get some wins. Might have a little streak here and there, but you're gonna get beaten up eventually. That's how I looked at her. Rocky, the pudgy chick, she tough, have good explosions and all that. But eventually she runs into a style girl and she gets beaten up, or she just loses, you know. And then she beat Marion, decision, Kianzad, Chazon stopped her, Aspen Ladd, Ketlin Vieira, Mara Bueno Silva. That's a 6-fight win streak. I didn't expect that. And they ruined it. That was really, I think, supposed to have been a 7-fight win streak. and like a real resurrection of your career. Like, really. That's a strong win streak. 6 fights. And all judges are able to just do that. You know what? Why isn't there like an unofficial record? There should be unofficial record keeping. When the general public believes that one fighter won, and all polls all across the board, when you take them, the poll from the general public, and it always says this one fighter, but yet on the record it says Raquel lost. Man, please, that's their unofficial record, and it has more credibility. Why hasn't anybody done that yet? Well, you go cast your vote, and that's the unofficial record. That's too bad. That's too bad. Because usually the general public is right. The general public is right more often than judges. Crazy. Now, this has been suggested for a long time that you get from the judges, a card from the judges, and if there's a problem, you ask the general public. I don't know, the audience or whatever you have available at the moment. An audience, audience. Let's say audience. We don't want no secret group of people that you can control. Right? So, and I'm pointing this out because ain't that like real disrespectful to a chick? Have y'all looked at Pena's record? I just made a short video because I made a mistake. She had not fought Julia Villa. I don't know why I was thinking of Nico Montano. She had fought Nico Montano, somebody else who's not even in the division. Pena had not fought anybody in the top 15, just got a title shot, undeserving, in my opinion. And now trying to call some other old fighter out of retirement to fight another fighter who's not even in the top 15. Rocky was the first fighter she fought currently in the top 15. So you lose in the judges, on the judges' cards, to that fighter? One would think that UFC would value Raquel more than Pena as a champion based on their accomplishments. It's just like a fighter who has more title defenses. You're judged by your record, your work, nothing else. If there's some favoritism towards Pena, for what? Okay, maybe they value, Pena's trash talk is entertaining and all, but I wouldn't be doing her no favors just because of it. No, man, you earn your stripes. And I think you should have to beat a champion like this more decisively than that. More decisively than that. She got her 2 takedowns. And we've seen fighters who get the takedowns lose the fight. We've seen that several times. But here, Pena, and everybody says it. That is crazy, because it seems obvious, or I know a lot of people suspect. What is this, favoritism to Pena? Why? Over a fighter like Raquel, somebody who literally just resurrected her career. That is crazy. So, okay, it's UFC's company, not mine. Uh, I'm sure Raquel would have fought on whether or not she had the belt. But the thing is, Raquel still knows that she's one of the best in the division right now. And a lot of people would agree. Even though they may think she's boring, they have to admit, well, she's earned her stripes. So that is a resurrection of your career, even still, even in defeat. Or because she was one of those fighters. I'm like, man, she about to take a lot of beatings and retire without ever having fought for the strap. And after she got beat up by Nunes, I thought the same thing, that she would never fight for it again. So, wow. And I don't hear people talking about that. I don't hear too many people talking about that. About how far out of the discussion Raquel was at one point to being a champion. Man, at least in my circle, I wasn't talking about Raquel as no potential. People was talking about Aldana, some of these other fighters. New fighters and some of them, just other fighters. We wasn't talking about Raquel. So, wow, UFC, hey, time will tell whether or not you made a smart business move. Maybe they want to invest in this big super fight between Pena and Kayla Harrison, because Pena is attached to Nunes. That's the only other thing I could think of that's going on here. Like, hey, we got Pena here, who has a victory over the GOAT, right? So they're a little more, they lean towards Pena, but okay, we'll see how well that works, and I'll leave it there.